Someone sounds excited.
Well, duh, the landscape's drop-dead gorgeous. As for the city, integrating with the valley's natural overhangs and alcoves to avoid using a metal dome, pure genius. Makes me worry about getting fried. And we'll always be strangers there.
For now, most mutants don't have an innate hatred for humans. We just need to give them time to heal.
Still, we'll never be able to walk a mile in their shoes. And for that, we'll always be outsiders. I ain't mad, though. If I were them, it'd be my personal mission to fuck up every single humanoid who said good day to me.
Right now, we must focus on uniting our nation. I understand you find it difficult to feel at home, but know that you are a friend, and that as long as I live here, you will be welcome. And when our people are finally free, I know many of my brothers and sisters will welcome you too.
Don't stress out about the roof. You won't be instantly mutated. I have heard tales. But yeah, what a beautiful place. Natural, organic, how refreshing. Humans should take notes.
This city makes me sad.
You're not gonna cry, are ya? I just had these seats cleaned.
I mean, I think I would have liked to, know before of its existence. It's all right. Sad is too grandiose. Wistful, yes, wistful. By Jove, I've done it.
Sorry, wenn ihr gerade mitten im Gespräch jetzt in die Folge reingekommen seid. Ich habe gedacht, es kommt kein Ladebildschirm. Die schweigen sich wieder an und dann auf einmal das. Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen zurück bei The Technomancer. Wir haben jetzt 3 Organisationen bekommen, die uns helfen wollen. Dann gehen wir jetzt mal zurück ins Mutantental. Gucken mal, was wir jetzt noch machen können. Wie der weitere Plan aussieht, nachdem wir jetzt 3 Organisationen uns geholfen haben, beziehungsweise ihre Hilfe angeboten und ihren Zuspruch bekommen haben. Wie der nächste Plan aussieht. Oh, es ist dunkel. Dunkel sieht irgendwie alles viel schöner aus als bei Tag.
Now that we are at full strength, we must devise a way to compromise Victor's popularity at the Assembly.
I've got a lead. There's this grizzled old general who's been bitching about the lack of info he gets about Aurora. Right now, he's the only one with the balls to call Victor the Dictator incompetent. According to him, the Aurora Dowser's down shit creek and may have been booted off his post. If we can prove that General is right and isn't just some senile old man, maybe the Army's head honchos will be pissed enough at the Colonel to kick his buns in the sun.
But we would need hard evidence.
I'm almost positive that Dandolo can help us. Noctis sends merchants everywhere, after all.
We also have some connections with Technomancers over there. They should be able to tell us what happened.
We could try Anton. Aurora's a little far, but there's no place that's safe from Anton's little birds.
It's a start.
Even if abundance is run from the top down, members of the Assembly would pay attention to uprisings. Some of your local allies can help you stir up some anger in the masses. The ASC has made their lives miserable for months. People are arrested on a whisper, live huddled in fear. It would not take much to spark the powder keg.
It's a good idea, but we can't influence entire populations by ourselves. We'd need allies hidden among the people.
Back when I was an artist, I got into some altercations with Assembly members who thought my shows were blasphemy. Maybe it was because I didn't say hail to the shadow 50 times. I can't say for sure, but if we could get them to think that Victor isn't a devout believer, we could get the large religious sect of the Assembly to revoke their support and demand his banishment. Or we could just give them a little nudge in the right direction by making them believe Victor steals relics for his own use.
We'd have to stage an elaborate setup, but I like it. After all, a trickster must get what he gives. We'll need volunteers that can pretend to be ASC. The plan is right up Anton's alley. It's possible for Dandolo or the opposition to help us out too.
One last thing. I was told the High Judge endorses all of Victor's decisions, even though I know for a fact that he hates him, which is more than a bit strange. The judge is such an honest man.
Or if you're in the mood to make a scandal, I've got everything we need. Did you know that Victor employs young women to worm out information on men he keeps tabs on? And I'm not Victor, but I have a feeling he used that info to blackmail these same men. If we can prove it, the Assembly would have a major meltdown. Their beloved colonel, a pimp? To find evidence of his trafficking, we could look for the orders he gave his goons. Have you seen his hands? Far too immaculate to be doing this dirty work himself.
Back in my days as an officer, I ran into a band of girls, and I think this exploited girls topic may interest them. Maybe enough for them to help us.
Indeed. How's this? I've heard that a small faction of the Assembly blindly backs up Victor, no matter how crazy the project is. So I believe it almost certain that their chief of this faction was bribed. So unless we bribe him ourselves, we'll have to silence him.
It's not ideal, but I have no way of finding out what dirt the ASC has on that man. We'll have to go without his support, and hope we can get enough voters elsewhere.
All these ideas will indeed cut off Victor from his support network.
But
This is going to sound self-interested, but if we could help the mutants escape from the pen, it would expedite the Colonel's downfall. The people and the Assembly would be outraged to know that after decades of civilized control, Victor was the one who couldn't keep them in check. I'd like to see the Colonel try to justify his mistake of so many slaves, particularly ones notorious for their feeble minds.
no, it's not selfish. It's a good plan. We're gonna help mutants in the pen prepare their escape. After a mass breakout like that, his reputation will never be the same. Thank you, all of you, for the ideas. Now let's make them happen.
Oh je. Wir erlangen genug Unterstützung in der Volksversammlung. Ach du Scheiße, das wäre der Beweis von dem... Oh Gott. Göttliches Missfallen von der ASC-Uniform. Ach du Schande, da haben wir ja richtig viel zu tun. Erhalte Informationen über die Erpressung von den Black Dahlias. Pulver im Getriebe. Trifft den Anführer der Mutanten im Pferch. Was kommt noch? Finde Relikte. Ach du Schande, wir müssen auch so... Wenn ich das jetzt richtig gesehen habe... Wer hochsteigt, fällt tief. Okay, die Volksversammlung, okay. Wir müssen jetzt irgendwie... Gott, ach du Schande. Bestätige den Tod des Aurora-Routengängers durch einen Verbündeten. Göttliches Missfallen. Finde Relikte und finde ASC-Uniform. Mr. Watcher Schmutz. Okay, oh Gott. Gucken wir mal auf die Karte eben. Ah. Machen wir mal die Mission.
Greetings, Zachariah.
Rumor is Aurora's dowser was deposed. I need to know it's more than rumor, though. If it's true, we might be able to convince some members of the Assembly that Victor needs to go.
Even though I don't like the idea of continuing the conflict between Abundance and Aurora that has caused so much suffering, if it's what needs to be done to dethrone Victor, I have a few contacts among Aurora's Technomancers. They're not quite brothers, but they're at least like cousins. And I've heard their messengers nearly always follow one particular shadow path. Let me show you. This one here. If you go, you may be able to stop one of their couriers. If the news you're expecting is as important as you say, I'm sure it will be in the documents they are carrying.
Thanks, Melvin.
Jawohl, mit Technomancer.
Greetings, Zachariah.
Kann eingeschworen werden.
Has there been a unanimous decision? Not that you need it. If a grumbler remains, I'm sure the others will manage to convince him.
Not yet.
Then come back and see me when it's done. I'll be standing in for you until then.
Okay. So. Abschaum. Was haben wir hier? Ah, wir brauchen noch die Zustimmung von denen. Abschaum hat ja offenbar auch was für uns. Aber wo ist denn der? Ach, da ist der. Ah, ich will gerne die Story-Quest ein bisschen weiter fortkriegen.
Zachariah, I've received a message from Dandolo. He has some information on the disappearance of Patience.
Really? Did he learn where he was taken?
The ASC had him locked up in an old dome near Ophir. In his message, he says that it's a dome that Technomancers used to use. Does this sound familiar to you?
Hard to forget. Yes. That's where initiations would take place before a mantis destroyed everything. We'll have to go free him. The place must be teeming with soldiers fighting for Victor. But we can't leave the old Technomancer in their hands.
Ah, okay. Auch noch etwas, was wir machen müssen. Da wäre richtig viel zu tun. Aber egal. Je mehr ich von der Story abschließe, ist das gut. Nur weiß ich noch nicht, was ich nach dem Technomancer spielen werde. Gut, machen wir erstmal eine Mission nach dem anderen. Ich würde sagen, wir befreien erstmal den alten Technomancer. Das ist nämlich sehr wichtig. Reisen. So. Geh zum frühen Abend zur Schattenfahrt, begib dich zur alten Kuppel, tut eine Panzerkröte. Oh, schon wieder noch auf 4. Na komm, wir retten erstmal den alten Technomancer. Das ist mir erstmal wichtiger.
Back to square one.
Damn, that's weird. But I thought the dome was in ruins. So then, where'd they put that old geezer?
There should be a few standing structures next to the ones that collapsed. Unless they've already started clearing the rubble.
That sounds like bad news.
It would be. There were secrets in those ruins. I would rather have stayed buried. Especially from the ASC.
That's the problem with secrets. All that time spent worrying about someone finding out. It's a burden that turns into a habit, that turns into obsession. I know you're just as scared about what's in the dome as what patience might reveal. I just hope the old man's still holding on. He's as stubborn as an unfed ostrich. But I don't know if it'll be enough in the hands of the ASC.
Poor Patience. He thought he was finally safe in Noctis. Instead, we threw him straight back into Victor's arms.
What do you mean? We saved him from that camp.
It's just, we must have attracted the attention of Victor's spies when we asked Dandolo to keep an eye on him. He was supposed to be just another nobody in Noctis, but our request ended up selling him out.
These thugs, more like cavemen with bigger sticks, don't understand respect, science, age, or knowledge. Any problem they can't solve, they'll use torture. What's 2 plus 2? I don't know. Let's torture the mathematician and find out. Ugly brutes. If they take power in abundance, they'll turn it into a Darwinistic jungle. A whole group of psychopaths wanting to take control of everything through mindless violence.
Sounds like this story hits close to home.
It's true. I understand what that poor Technomancer must be going through. The pain. So, I hope we find him soon.
We'll have to be careful. The place must be teeming with troops. And as much as I believe in the honest run and gun, if they hold Patience hostage, our rescue plans might have to be a bit more sophisticated.
You're right.
Aber wir retten ihn jetzt erstmal, das ist mir erstmal wichtig.
This is where you were initiated.
Yeah, but the dome was in better condition, and the ASC weren't here. There was a giant mantis, though.
A giant mantis? Don't tell me that was part of the initiation.
No, the area had decoys dressed as thieves. The monsters were unplanned, though I learned a lot from the experience. If it weren't for my master, I would have died down there.
Must be strange coming back. All the memories.
Du sagst das. Komm jetzt. Wir machen das jetzt. Wir befreien diesen alten Mann jetzt. Da oben steht schon jemand bereit zum Ausschlachten. Was haben wir hier drin? Okay. Na komm! Sei mal nicht so widerstandsfähig. Ey. Du blöd, Mann. So. Ach du Schande, was eine gigantische Kuppel. Ja, da hat alles stattgefunden. So hat die erste Folge Technomancer angefangen. Glaube ich zumindest. Halt bloß die Klappe, ich verprügel dich jetzt. Du willst aufstehen? Du wagst es aufzustehen? Andrew, was machst du da? Du bist an einer komplett falschen Stelle an. Mach erstmal eine Attacke 5 Meter weiter, ey. Echt mal, könnt ihr nicht mal kämpfen? Wo lang? Gott, wo lang muss ich denn? Ach da. Hopp. Ah, dann sind jetzt nur Soldaten. Au. Ja, komm. Geh down. Geht doch. Das ist eine Kiste. So. Oh, bist du zu Boden gefallen? Oh. Aha. Ich komm mit. Aber wir sind fast da. Have patience. Ah, da ist ein starker Gegner. Ich speichere mal eben. So. Ein anderer Technomancer. Nein, du greifst mich nicht nochmal mit der Pistole an. Wer ist der Technomancer hier? Na komm. Alter Schlüssel. Alles mitnehmen.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Patience, wake up! Patience, come on! Damn it, they almost killed him.
Stop! Let me go. I won't tell you it. Zach, holy shit, is it really you?
Frag, was passiert ist.
What the hell happened to you?
I was on the way back to my place. There was someone behind me, and before I could turn, he was on me. Next thing I knew, I woke up in a cell. They tortured me for days. Wanted me to talk, wanted me to tell them everything I knew about you. Where you were, what you were doing, what we found.
Nach dem Relikt fragen.
You figure out what the tablet said?
Unfortunately. If I hadn't, then I wouldn't have been able to tell them anything, but I just finished when they found me.
What did it say?
It talked about a giant research base that was able to keep in contact with Earth. They had a beacon and gave the base's coordinates. I mean, the coordinates weren't up to date anymore, so I had to recalculate them, but it's in the South Pole, Zach. It's protected by a huge layer of ice.
What did you tell him?
At the beginning, I fought, Zach. I did. I fought. Didn't say a damn thing. Then Victor came. And the shit he did to me, Zach, you have no idea. I didn't tell him everything. I didn't, but I had to tell him something. Or I told him what I found in the tablet. Everything. I'm so sorry.
Stop. It's fine. You did what you could. Everyone's got a breaking point. If you can walk, we need to get out of here.
I can. Let me try. Just let me rest a minute. Just a minute.
All right, let's untie you and get you out of here.
Wir haben es geschafft, wir haben ihn befreit.
Must find the City of Ice before they do, Zachariah. If Victor finds the beacon, he could use it to gain the people's trust. Furthermore, if he finds the secrets buried there...
He's got a head start, but we'll catch him.
Aye, aye, Zach. If it's really the City of Ice.
What?
I'll have to make some mods. It'll be tougher than you think. Also, wear an extra layer or two if you don't want to freeze your nuts off.
Big Ice City. Huh. That reminds me of...
A tangent that'll lead to another tangent?
No, Yes, that was it.
As long as Victor has the Assembly's blessing and the full support of the ASC, it'll be pointless to look for that city. With this huge resource advantage, he'd beat us there every time.
What do you think we'll find in that lost city? You know, besides the beacon. I suspect the settlers brought back plants and animals from Earth, and probably left some in that base. And if just a few survived, we could find an ecosystem unlike any on Mars, completely sheltered by the ice.
Why should we go to this city instead of just overthrowing Victor? What are you planning?
I'm looking for a beacon. I want to get in touch with Earth, but not so I can run from the ASC, and so I can reunite with our ancestors, gain back everything we've lost. With the people of Earth, we can stop the wars over water. We can utilize the technology we lost. We can understand the choices they made.
That sounds perfect. Too perfect. I hope what we find doesn't disappoint you.
Meet Patience. We just broke him out of one of the ASC's jails. He could use a place to recover.
Then he is welcome to recover here. Our healers, Patience, will be honored to tend to your wounds.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you. All this reminds me of an old hiding spot I had in the desert. Thank you again, both of you.
This is real nice and all, but I don't know about all this.
About what?
I'm guessing you're gonna want to go to that city, right? Right. Problem is, that city's coordinates, according to what Patience said, is the South Pole. Rover's good, but it ain't that good.
Any way to make it that good?
I don't know. Gotta think about it. I mean, it'd need some sort of ice-breaking blade in the front and insulation around the whole thing.
If I know you, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I like your faith in me, but... Problem is, I don't have a damn clue how to add all that heavy shit to the rover's frame without slowing it down like fucking crazy. My dad would have known what to do. Not my dad, though. I knew he'd made improvements to his machines, but I don't remember seeing any diagrams. Though they could be somewhere in the shed. I don't know. Maybe Scott could help us?
We can ask, I guess, then head to the shed with him. See what we find.
Gonna be damn fucking cold out there, Zach.
Maybe we should go borrow some gear from Victor. He's known the site's coordinates a lot longer than we have. I'm sure he's built some cold weather equipment already.
I like the way you think, Zach.
Okay, Rettungsmission. Beschafft die Information der Tafeln. Dafür haben wir. Begibt ihn zur Stadt, die unter dem Pol begraben ist. Polarexpedition. Oh je, wir haben so viel zu tun. So viel zu tun. Geh mit Scott und Amelia zum Schuppen in O4. Finde das Hauptquartier des ASC. Okay, ich würde sagen, ich beende hier schnell die Folge und dann machen wir in der nächsten Folge weiter. Bleibt mir gewogen und bis morgen. Ciao.